So Zilliqa is up over 300% over the past week, but why? Well, two major catalysts in my opinion. Number one, they have now integrated with Ramp, which is a crypto to fiat payment provider. And then number two, they have the 𝗦𝗚𝗚𝗡𝗏 metaverse that's going to be launching here in the month of April, which I believe these two things have helped contribute to the run-up recently in ZIL. Now we're going to be doing a brief overview what Zilliqa is, what the Zilliqa coin is, and then kind of also some of the use case of Zilliqa as well. But before we dive into that, let me take a brief second to talk to you about Crypto.com. Now we already know they're one of the largest exchanges in the world. We also know you can buy and sell over 250 plus cryptocurrencies, Zilliqa being one of those. You can also earn passive income as well on your cryptocurrencies, but a couple new things you want to be mindful of about Crypto.com is they have now integrated the Crypto.com NFTs into the Crypto.com app, and if you're a US investor like myself, they are also launching the Crypto.com exchange platform as well here real soon. So we'll actually be able to use the app as well as the desktop version. So if you want to check out Crypto.com for yourself, there'll be a link in the description below. The promo code is Mike. But now that we got that out the way, let's go ahead and dive into Zilliqa right after this. Welcome back to the channel, millionaires. I'm Mike the Investor. Now some of you may be saying, Mike, why are you now talking about Zilliqa? Well, because of the run-up, I thought this would be a good time to talk about it. Not to say buy Zilliqa, but just to kind of give some information on what Zilliqa is, because to be honest with you, I've been in Zilliqa since 2020, and I'm going to show you proof as well. If you look at some of my old Twitter tweets here, if we go back to July 26, 2020, check out what I have to say about Zilliqa, and I'm still holding Zilliqa today. Number one, scaling problem fix, sharding. Number two, blockchain domains. Number three, partner with Singapore, the fourth richest economy in the world. Number four, working on a stablecoin. Number five, more improved Ethereum, faster, more scalable, and then integration with Chainlink. Zilliqa will pump, which it definitely did, and now it's pumping again. And you can see this was May 14th, 2021. I knew 10 months ago Zilliqa was a gem. Still holding my ZIL. If you know, you know. I don't talk much about Zilliqa, but still a major position of mine. One thing I've learned in this space, as you're creating wealth for you and your family, you do not want to show everything to the public, definitely when you're in a position like mine. So as you look here, I've also tried to get Zilliqa on Voyager as well. As you can see, March 2021. And if we go back to August 8th, 2020, you can see it pays to be early. And this is just me showing you that I have been holding Zilliqa. So for those of you that may be saying, hey Mike, why are you now talking about Zilliqa because it's pumping? Well, it's pumping and it does have a lot more light on it. However, Zilliqa is one of those projects I always believed in. I just never really talked about, which is kind of my fault. However, let's talk about it now. So as we look at the price chart here, we're going to see Zilliqa is up on the 7-day. You can see over 300%, a 3x. The current price is 19.5 cents, 19.6, almost 20 cents. As we look at the circulating supply, right around 11.2 billion. Total supply 15.8 billion, and then the max supply as 21 billion. Now as you look at the market cap, still very low, 2.2 billion. Now as we look at the 30-day chart here, you're going to see this baby has been consolidating for quite some time since it pulled back, and I'm going to look at a larger chart here for you in a second. But you can see how this baby pulled up, consolidated a little, and then pulled up again. Right now, one thing I will say, yes, we're going to see some type of a pullback. Is this the last run-up of Zilliqa? I am not sure, not a financial advisor, but one thing I will say, if you got in extremely early like myself and you have a large bag, put yourself in position to take a little bit of profits. Right, nobody ever went broke taking profits. So let me actually go to the all-time. Here we go. So yeah, going right here, you can see this baby consolidated a ton, ran up, and then you can see it's pulled back again, and now it is doing another run up. So where this baby pulls back to is still kind of hard to say, because it doesn't have like a ton of support. You know, up in these areas it has a little, but not a ton like it does, of course, down here where it just traded sideways for a very long time. So the question is, what is Zilliqa? Well, in simplest terms, before we briefly look at the white paper and get a little technical, Zilliqa is a layer 1 proof of work blockchain that uses sharding technology, right? So it uses proof of work for identities and to perform sharding, but it doesn't use proof of work when it comes to the consensus, right? And so Zilliqa is actually the first sharding blockchain, in the space today. So let me briefly look at the white paper and just give you a little bit of literature. So as we can see right here, Zilliqa leverages proof of work to establish identities and perform sharding. However, unlike several existing blockchains, platforms such as Ethereum and Bitcoin, Zilliqa does not employ proof of work to achieve consensus, right? Now it gets a lot more technical, but if we move right down to this paragraph here, so Zilliqa will support a smart contract platform with a formally verifiable language that is sharding friendly, all right? And so sharding, what this does is it allows users to compute programs parallel, harnessing the full computational capacity of the mining network. So if we go on over to here is the explore the world's first sharding based blockchain known as Zilliqa. Here's the main functions of the entire ecosystem here of what Zilliqa can do. Decentralized finance, NFTs, and the creator economy, decentralized apps known as dApps, and then you have the governance, right? So essentially anything you want to build on Zilliqa, Zilliqa can support it. Now, if we briefly just look at some of the ecosystem stats here, look at the number of dApps on Zilliqa. You can look at the network here, total value transacted on chain a day. You can see the staking. You have 32% of the total circulating supply that is staked, currently 14.5%. And if we go back over to the price chart, circulating supply is about 11.2 billion. 32% of this is staked, right? Which is pretty good. So going back over, you can see we have the token economy here as well. You got how many tokens that is currently launched on Zilliqa, the economy size, decentralized finance, and then the user data as well. Look how many holders is currently holding Zilliqa. Over 5.5 million, almost 5.6 total addresses when it comes to Zilliqa, right? Now, as we go ahead and move over to now, what is Zilliqa, right? Now, Zilliqa is the native currency of the Zilliqa ecosystem that powers everything, right? And so as we can see here, let's go ahead and move on down. With Zilliqa, you can engage with every single dApp platform service built on the Zilliqa blockchain, which gives ZIL so much utility. You can also use ZIL to pay for products and services, buy and sell NFTs, and more. So here's your decentralized apps known as dApps. You got your ecosystem tokens where other tokens can launch on Zilliqa. You have your earn rewards, of course, which is your staking. You also have the NFTs and the dawn of the metaverse, which is why I believe we're seeing the huge run up in Zilliqa as we see today. Now, one thing I want to mention as well, Zilliqa does have some pretty big backing as well. As you can see, Valkyrie Zilliqa Trust, which is pretty big in my opinion for them to have that financial backing. Valkyrie is one of the bigger, management firms in the world. And so if we briefly just look here on a couple things, you have the Zilliqa Integrates ramp, further globaling accessibility of the ZIL token. This came out March 28th. And one other thing I want to show you here is Metapolis Zilliqa surges 80% over 24 hours based off of this news, because there is a lot of hype surrounding Zilliqa's metaverse. Now, they are comparing Zilliqa to compete with Decentraland and Sandbox, so we're definitely going to see what's going to happen. Now, this was kind of a brief overview on the surface. What is Zilliqa? What is the ZIL token? Now, remember, I'm not a financial advisor, just a guy sharing with you my experience, my information that would definitely, hopefully help you cut your learning curve when it comes to researching different cryptocurrencies. Now, if you gain some value from the video, smash the like button. If you are part of the Zilliqa community, let me know down in the comment section. Do you want me to continue covering Zilliqa? Let me know, because I am an investor in this project, a long-term holder though, but let me know if you guys want me to continue covering Zilliqa. Put ZIL down in the comment section or whatever you feel is appropriate, and I will see you on the next one.